Okay, I wanted to touch on peppers too and okra. So a few more things because I know a lot of people, if you're like us, we have a huge pepper harvest and we are growing a lot of peppers right now and a lot of different types of peppers right now. And there's so many different ways that you can go about eating them and preserving them. But I wanted to talk a little bit about preserving them because that's pretty much how we eat them a lot of the time. I feel like everybody knows how to go about like making things with peppers and adding spice, but a lot of people don't necessarily know about the different ways to preserve them. So one of our favorite ways is just simply going through and having them frozen. And so I will run them through the Ninja and then lay them out flat. So it's just this center picture right here. I'll lay them out flat, put them in the freezer for a day or two, and then pull them out and then take them out and put them in a freezer safe baggie. And then they're good in the freezer for a while. Um, I go through and I use this like anytime I'm making any sort of dish that I want to make just a little bit spicy, I'll go through and saute in the peppers with it, and it is amazing. It's super simple. It's super easy to have, and just sitting there in the freezer, and it's something really great to add into a lot of different recipes. Another way that we go through, we've done dehydrating before in our dehydrator. So I know people were asking earlier about what to do with our dehydrator. This would be a good thing too. So if you have an excess of peppers, dehydrating them would be great. And then once you dehydrate them, you can use them as like chili, like the chili powder on top of things. Anything like that, like pepper flakes to add on top of pizzas. Honestly, any dish. There's like so many dishes you can add this to. Um, and then you can also roast them. We've done some outside, and it's really fun and definitely tasty. There's so many different ways that you can go about using peppers. Again, I would love to hear all of your guys' recipes and everything that you guys do to preserve. Because if you guys have any other ideas, I'd love to hear them. And again, I wanted to mention the okra. So okra is something that you can get a huge harvest from sometimes. And everybody always talks about gumbo because that's pretty much the only thing that everybody knows about how to make with okra, I feel like. But okra is super tasty. You could actually just eat okra like fresh off of the plant. And it's interesting, like it tastes really good. So if you get one of the smaller ones again, like you can just bite it and eat it while you're outside. It's that good. Um, but one of my favorite recipes is just simply taking okra and chopping it up and with some onions and garlic and sauteing that. And it tastes really good too. So there's a whole bunch of great unique things that you can do with okra as well. Okay, so this is probably another favorite slide of mine because there's so many different like recipes that you can make with a bunch of different types of food. So these ones are combining again like probably something from every slide that we've talked about. So I mean the like chicken noodle soup, potato soup doesn't just have potatoes in it. It has things like um, carrots in it, as well as a lot of herbs that we pull from the garden as well. And all of those, honestly, we mix and match. We pull lots of things from the garden into all of these soups, stir fries, all of that. Like you can, like, there's countless things that you can add. Honestly, whenever we make a stir fry, we just go out grocery shopping into the garden and pull anything that looks to be ready to harvest. I mean, you can put anything from beans to herbs in it, to peppers, onions. I mean, all of that. Like we go through and add in anything and everything really that we can find out there. And it's really great. Um, Again, things like pizzas. We do a lot of like making our own pizzas here. And actually, I don't know. I think we have a recipe for pizza, but I don't think I gave it to them ahead of time. So maybe they can find that recipe for pizza and put it up onto the comment section because it is super good making the making pizza yourself and then putting in some fresh ingredients from the garden. And you can make your own tomato sauce with your tomatoes, and then you can put in some herbs on top. You can do like cilantro or basil, or I mean, really any sort of herb you can put on top of it. It is amazing, and it is a great way to top it. And I absolutely recommend giving that a try because it'll be a huge hit for the kids too. They'll absolutely love eating pizza that they have helped make. It is really fun to do. And then I think salsa is the only thing I haven't talked about. So salsa again, like I actually have my salsa garden going right now, and it is about time to harvest, which is really exciting because I pretty much have everything I need for it now. So we have I mean, all of your tomatoes, peppers, onions, garlic. I mean, all of that you can go through. And then, like, there's some unique things that you can add to salsas too. So things like basil, chives, things like that that you wouldn't necessarily think of would be a terrific addition to any sort of salsas. And again, I'd love to see your salsa recipes because I know there's so many different salsa recipes out there. And I'm going to be making a lot of salsa because I have a whole bunch of tomatoes and peppers. So I would love to see if you guys have any great recipes for salsa. I would love to see them and share them with everybody.